You picked the wrong guy.
Ted.
You picked the wrong guy. You made a really, really, really bad choice. That's what I'm gonna say.
Dang, cold-blooded.
Yeah, that's good. Go say that.
Me first, come on.
What's up? I'm gonna put the sheets on my bed in a little bit. I just got out of the shower and wanted to knock this out. I didn't ever know if I wanted to talk about this on video, but I decided to. Might not go into a lot of detail. Today's video, I'm gonna talk about chasing, especially in romantic situations. I have a lot of experience with that. I didn't start dating until I was 21. I'm 23 now, so it's only been a couple years. A lot of the social boundaries and shit you learn in high school, I didn't learn, I started on dating apps, which my opinion on dating apps is iffy, but I don't think that you should start dating on them. I think you should start approaching people and learning how to talk to them. And then if you want to use apps to expedite the process, that's up to you. First time I got dumped, I kept trying to get the girl back. She got really depressed, and then I'd be like, oh, it's fine, just be with me. Which, obviously that went over super well. I'd say every time I've dated somebody, I've probably reached out after things ended, and I definitely had no reason to with any of the people I've dated. But the worst one of all, this girl I worked with, I talked about it a little bit in my last video about people pleasing. I started this job, I trained for a week, and then this girl who already worked there came in to help with training. I had a crush on her, so I started hitting on her. And, once I saw that she kind of seemed to feel the same way, I asked for a number. And she was a little hesitant, but she was super flirty, oh wow, you're so tall, you could be a model, I can't believe you want my number. And then we went on one date, and she didn't want to keep going out. Is what it is, or at least that's what it should have been. But I just kept chasing her. I think she was just being nice. She kind of told me oh hey, dating a coworker is just stressing me out. But whatever the reason was, she didn't want to date. And I just kept pushing it. Every time I see her at work, I would, push it. She'd reject me. And then I'd let it go for a couple weeks, and then I would push it again. And at first she was still kind of flirty. Then it devolved, and she was she's nice to me, but doesn't want to talk about it. And then man, I just kept pushing it, kept being crazy, and it got to the point where she just wanted nothing to do with me. I was pretty much harassing her at this point. Probably one of the shittier things I've done. I wish I could take it back, but I can't. So I'm here now, and I'm telling you that you shouldn't chase people who don't want you, or you're gonna end up like me. Probably not harassing a coworker. That's my special ability. Hopefully y'all ain't that stupid. But you will end up in situations where you're just being a worse version of yourself than you know you can be. If you show romantic interest in somebody and they don't show it back, or they stop showing it, it's done. Just let it go. If you get rejected, if you get broken up with, there's no movie cinematic, climactic, whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's no special grandiose second chance you get. If they reject you, you don't come up with some funny line or some awesome new way of asking them out. They weren't having a bad day or whatever. They just don't like you, and that's fine. People take rejection as this fucking personal attack on them. If somebody rejects you, then y'all, that's it. They just didn't want to go out with you. They didn't like you. That has nothing to do with your value as a person. They just don't feel that way about you. And you can't change that by chasing them. Or if they stop feeling that way about you, you don't fucking magically push them back into liking you. That's never how it works. You can never chase somebody into changing their feelings about you. Nothing's an absolute. So I'm sure there are situations that people have been in where one party's a little hesitant and then maybe they give a push and they do end up dating and it works out. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who don't have interest in you or don't want to date you, and you keep pushing it because you think that it's like you're going to change their mind. You're not. The only way their mind is going to change is if they have time to sit with their decision, and then they, for whatever reason, they see you being happy and they're like, oh damn, I missed out. And then do you really want that person anyway? Somebody who rejected you but now sees you happy or doing well and they change their mind and want to date you? Like, I don't see why. If you keep pursuing somebody who doesn't want you, you're also just disrespecting yourself in a way. I think when I was, being delusional, I would always convince myself that, it was bad timing or it wasn't her choice. I'd be like, oh, it's a work thing. Like, maybe our boss had said something to her, or maybe she's just like too scared to be in a relationship with me. It was just anything but like admitting to myself that she just wasn't interested. I kept convincing myself that she was the right person for me and that things just weren't working out for us, but she wasn't the right person for me. I didn't know anything about her. I went on one fucking date with her, and I think I talked to her on the phone like a couple times. And then I'd like maybe fucking talk to her for a couple minutes at work. Like, we weren't friends. Like, she wasn't the one for me. If someone's right for you, you'll be dating them. That's how you know. If somebody doesn't like you, they're not the right person for you. That's an easy sign. Rejection is one of the best things that can happen to you because it stops you from wasting your time if you let it. If you keep pursuing something that's already been made clear to you, if you keep pursuing a girl that's rejected you, somebody who's dumped you, you're just ignoring a sign that you've already been given. You're ignoring an answer you've already been given. It's like fucking taking a test, and you're taking your math test and it's like, oh, what's 6 times 6, and like the teacher, I don't know, misprinted the test and it already says 36 on there, and you're like, well, I don't fucking like 36, so I'm gonna answer 74 instead. And you write down 74, you turn the test in, and your teacher's like, yo, you dumb bitch, I already wrote the answer on there, it's 36, you're wrong. And you're like, well, can I retake the test? I just want to make up the grade. And the teacher's like, well, you are the Make-A-Wish kid of the class because you're this fucking stupid. Yeah, I'll let you retake the test. And then you retake the test, and you get the same question. You see that it says 36 on there, but you just don't like 36. That's an ugly number. 36 looks fucking weird. You don't like that. You really like 89. So you write down 89, you hand the test back in, and your teacher's like, well, I already fucking told you the answer was 36. Why do you keep writing down 89? No matter what you do, the answer is always going to be 36. And that answer was given to you when the teacher misprinted the test. You've already got the answer to that question. You don't need to focus on that question. You can move down to what's 7 times 5. You don't need to worry about what 6 times 6 is anymore. Why the fuck can't you accept that the answer is 36? That's what you're doing now. If somebody doesn't want to date you, it doesn't matter what their answer is. It doesn't matter if they're like, oh, I'm too busy, and they ghost you and don't get back to you. It doesn't matter if if they're in a relationship already and their relationship partner beats their ass every day and, fucking like takes the cat litter box and dumps it all over their bed. Doesn't matter. Like, that's their relationship that they're choosing to be in with somebody else besides you. You're not fucking Batman, dude. You're not coming in to save them from their relationship. You're not going to change their mind if they're too busy. It's like, oh, I got time. You can make time for me. If somebody liked you, they would make time for you. They're not too busy. If they're in a relationship, they like that person better than you. They don't need saving. They're not like not ready to date. They're just not ready to date you. Any of these answers aside from yes is no. So let it go. Stop chasing people who don't want you. It's not worth your time, and you are disrespecting yourself by deciding that the person who's right for you is somebody who doesn't want to be with you. That's stupid. You're smarter than that. The answer is already written on the test. You don't need to focus on that question. You've gotten your answer. It's no. You know, it stings a bit. Of course it stings a bit, dude. It hurts to be told, no, I don't want to go out with you. It hurts to be told, I'm breaking up with you, dude. That shit hurts. It's okay. You know, go cry about it. You need to. Take a couple days, go cry about it. Bam, get back out there. If you got broken up with and it was a 2-year relationship, then take some months, man. Get over it. Like, let yourself feel it. Go cry about it. Take as long as you need to cry about it, but accept that the answer is no. You have gotten the answer to the question. You don't need to focus on it anymore. Move on. A great movie for this, I'm probably going to post a clip in the beginning like I always do, is 500 Days of Summer. When I watched 500 Days of Summer, that was like getting hit in the stomach with a rock. I was like, holy shit, this dude is me. Well, except he actually dated the girl and had sex with her. He didn't just fucking harass her after going on one date. I was like that, you know, I would just like over romanticize the idea of being with someone, and I just couldn't accept that like this, you know, little delusion in my head that I created where everything was so awesome and there was just a small thing keeping us from being together wasn't real. Go watch that movie if you haven't already, and then just learn to accept that some people don't want to be with you, and that's okay. Like, if you saw your friend get rejected, would you tell him to be like, don't take no for an answer. You know what? Let's just spawn camp outside her house and then she'll say yes. You're never going to hear yes if you keep pushing. If someone breaks up with you, you're never going to like push them into getting back together. And even if you do that, they're just doing it out of pity or out of convenience. The only way that somebody is going to realize what they lost or what they missed out on is if you stop giving it to them. If you just keep giving them yourself, keep chasing them, then they'll never like have enough space to process their life without you in it. And then they won't know if that's better for them or worse than them. Ultimately, they decide what their answer is, and if it's no, then that's the decision they made. You need to live with it. Stop chasing them. That's it. Thanks.